That's right, I cheated death not once, not twice, not thrice, not fourice, but vice. I cheated death vice times. Hey, it's DaPieGuy. Welcome back to another epic, wholesome, fun PieGuy video where I'm gonna tell you guys exactly how I literally almost lost this life that I have 5 separate times. Near-death experience number 1. I was with Owen, my cousin, who's been in a couple of my YouTube videos. We were at a Labor Day party. We were trying to find something to do, so he was like, hey, why don't we go look in the shed? He opens the door, and I walk in, and then he slams the door closed from the outside, and he puts his entire body against it. It doesn't lock or anything. So I'm trying to, like, bust down the door, and it's all, like, in good fun, you know? We're just goofing. We're goofing. So I was thinking, man, I could body slam the door just enough to get it open a tiny bit, slam a broom handle in there, and pry it open. That's exactly what I did. It didn't pry open all the way before Owen grabbed the broom and tried pulling it out. Owen realized that pulling the broom out wasn't working, so he immediately stopped and shoved the broom back through the empty slot in the door. That made me fly backwards into a metal ladder that was there. Now, this was a big metal ladder. It was up to about the ceiling of the shed, and it was one of those extendable ones. It was a giant thing. I hit the ladder, I fall to the ground, I hear this, and I look up, and I see the ladder just, you know, it's starting to tip over. So I stuck my head down like this, and I hear a huge bang! If that ladder had been 1 foot shorter, it would not have caught on the wall where it did, hanging above my head, and it would have actually toppled on top of me. So that's the least intense story of the day. This next one, I'm not sure if you remember the water park story where I was slammed in the back by some kid going down a water slide, and it was not the kid's fault. This story happens with those same 2 people. I'm not going to say their name because I don't know if they want me to say their name. I might have even said their name in the past at some point. I'm not sure. Me and these 2 people were playing hide and seek in their basement one time. Now, their basement is half renovated. The walls were not done, the ceiling was not done, but it had furniture, it had TV, it had rooms and stuff. They were like, what if we turn all the lights off? I don't remember where I was hiding, but I remember that someone found me but didn't tag me yet, so I was kind of like scurrying away. As I'm doing that, I bump into this wall. It wouldn't have been a big deal if I didn't feel the entire wall start to rattle. Clash! One of the giant metal support beams that was holding up the ceiling fell down and crashed where I was standing against that wall. Thankfully, the ceiling itself didn't fall down, but that story is nothing compared to the 3rd one. This is the time that I physically felt closest to death. Back in middle school, I had an appointment the one day I had to go to, so I was supposed to meet my mom across the street at Burger King. Separating these 2 places, there was a giant 4-lane highway. I press the button at the crosswalk, and the light is red, but the little walkie guy, he doesn't come on after the light turns red. Finally, the little walkie guy on the sign flashes on. As I step onto the road, it immediately goes back to the hand sign and starts flashing. It says, like, you have 10 seconds, 9, 8, you know, that type of thing it does. As it turns into the flashing sign thing, the light turns green again. Now, something to know. This road is 4 lanes, as I said, the 2 lanes that go this way and the 2 lanes that go that way, but the 2 lanes that go this way that were on the first half of the road, the first one was blocked by a semi-truck, so I couldn't see the other side. Now, I've seen some bad drivers in my day, but the one on the other side of this semi-truck, keep in mind, that light was red and it just turned green. And there's no way to gain 30 miles an hour instantaneously as you're stopped at a red light, especially when there's about 5 feet between your car and the crosswalk that I am on. This person literally had to have been going about 30, just hoping that the light would turn green by the time that they got there. I don't know why this person is more important than all of us people. I almost got hit by a car, and when I say almost got hit by a car, I literally jumped, and I swerved my body around the hood of the car. It was like instant reflex to me, as though I knew what I was doing and I was prepared for this situation. All the way down the road, they just laid on their horn, as though I was the one in the wrong in this situation. And not to belittle that story, number 4 is insane. I was at the beach with a couple of my friends. Now, these 2 friends I was at the beach with, you're not gonna believe this. They were the same people as the water park, and they were the same people as the pole incident. I don't know why bad things always happen with these people. We were doing that thing where we just dig a giant hole in the sand and just see how far down we can dig a giant hole. Can I get an amen if you dig a giant hole in the sand? Now this thing, it was like 4 feet deep, which is pretty good for a hole in the sand that we just dig for like an hour. So my 2 friends, they were like, hey, we're gonna go to the water for a little bit. We'll be back to dig the hole more. You should come to the water with us. I was thinking, I'll stay here and I'll probably just keep digging the hole a little bit. We were pretty far away from the water so that the water wouldn't come in and then just ruin the entire progress that we've made. I feel this huge wind come on, like a huge wind. So I was thinking, I'll get back to digging the hole. I jump in, I lean down, I notice there's this huge shadow that goes over the hole. I look up. You know those giant, comically large beach umbrellas? For more reference, the ones with the super pointy ends to them for the aesthetic? Well, that zips right over top of the sand hole from behind me. The wind is just carrying it. Not only this one, all the beach umbrellas in the entire beach are just flying away. They're just flying away. And one of them happened to almost impale me from the back. But the last story, I'd say my favorite one to tell people. Again, a true story that happened to me when I was probably 7 or 8. My previous Georgia neighbors, Kyle and Skyly, had this huge tree in their backyard. I would say the tree is probably something like 4 stories tall or something. Kyle and Skyly, they let me climb their tree whenever they weren't home. And they weren't home the one day, so I climb up probably 3/4 of the way to the top. And I felt it start to rain a little bit, and it was just a really light drizzle. But I was like, I should probably get down before it rains harder. Start going down the tree. By the time I get to the bottom of the tree, it's pouring down rain. So I quickly run inside my house, and I hear a huge bang, followed by a boom. I look outside at the tree that I was just 3/4 of the way up in. The entire thing is now on the ground and smoking. The tree was struck by lightning and fell over as I was going inside. It was so much fun to relive these awesome experiences of my life. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, big oofers. Have fun doing what you do. Subscribe. That's fun. Subscribe.